afternoon. Today's the day in 1907 that Oklahoma became the 46th state of the United States of America. Today's the day in 1983 that the world of entertainment lost Arthur Askey. And today's the day in 1900 that the statesman, the Earl of Rosebery, said, "We are a nation of amateurs," but not, hopefully, this afternoon. So, 3 more nuggets of historical information to whet your appetite. But nobody's getting any points for those facts at this stage. 2 more teams join me today to compete for the 1993 Today's the Day title and the round-the-world air tickets that go with it. And our teams are Mick White and Stuart Gill, a gas man and a children's nurse from Birmingham, and Janet Short and Kerry Smith, a customer services manager and an accounts assistant from Cardiff. Now, Mick, how did you 2 meet up?
We actually met at Highcroft Social Club. It's a joint to a hospital, and we just sort of hang around there.
And Stuart, you tread the boards in your spare time. Ever thought of going professional?
I don't think I'm good enough to go professional. I think I'm barely good enough to be amateur.
And your father has a habit of upstaging you, is that right?
Yeah, I've just finished a big song, and there's a silence before I say the last line of the song, and I'm sort of just building up all the tension. And my dad, sort of shouts out very loud because he's a bit deaf. He should have ironed his shirt, shouldn't he? And he got more applause than anything else in the play. So.
Well, looking at your shirt today, your father will be saying the same thing sitting at home watching this. And how did you meet up, Janet and Kerry?
Kerry used to come into our office to work in her university holidays, and she's been coming back and forth now for quite a number of years.
And Kerry, what made you think that Janet would be a good partner?
Well, having sat next to her for a year and a half now, she's constantly talking about things from times gone by, so I thought her idle chit-chat could put to good use.
What's that you brought with you, the 3rd contestant?
This is a dog. We thought, well, it'll brighten up the desk a bit.
He looks extremely grim. Are you feeling in a fierce mood for this contest?
He is, and he's going to pass it on to us.
OK, well now, as ever, you are competing in the first half of today's show for a place in this afternoon's final against our current reigning champions, Steve Mullane and Darren Vaughan from Southampton. So we go straight on to round 1, which is stop the clip, and it's fingers on the buzzers. Buzz when you think you can answer the question about the clip, but buzz and get it wrong, and we run more of the clip for your opponents. And of course, the sooner you buzz, the more points you get. First question. This is the aftermath of a major bombing attack today in 1940, but on which British city?
Amid the wholesale wreckage of a noble city, the steeple of her one-time beautiful 14th century cathedral looks down on a scene of indescribable desolation.
Mick and Stuart?
Is it Coventry, Mark?
It is indeed Coventry, and let's just take a look at that historic bit of film again.
The king was an inspiration to the stricken but courageous inhabitants. This is their greatest hour.
The king inspecting the damage to Coventry. The city's cathedral was, of course, rebuilt as one of Britain's most striking modern buildings and reopened in 1962. Next question. Today in 1984, what was going on sale?
When the rats came off the price on a city rooftop.
Mick and Stuart?
It was British Telecom shares.
It was indeed British Telecom shares. Let's remind ourselves about more of that early privatisation.
It was at the high end of the expected range. The Chancellor's got good reason to be grateful for the enthusiasm of the small investor. The extra few pence on top of the expected £1.25 share price nets him an added £150 million.
And it went on to raise £3.9 billion. What is this story of today in 1973?
For the past 3 weeks, customers at the garage have been asked to register.
Mick and Stuart?
Was it the petrol ration coupons that were issued in 1973?
Yes, absolutely right, but we don't want the speed of your answering to deprive us of seeing the rest of that marvellous piece of news footage.
So far, 2,000 have done so. Each is being issued with an identity disc. Now the garage plans to serve only customers displaying a disc.
Well, that was, as you said, preparing